Good news, everybody. Matthew back here with another episode of Let's Play Guild Wars 2. Alright, I thought I was recording earlier. I was not. I went and retrieved the Sanguinary Blade. I'm not even sure if they shove it in my inventory or not. Probably not, because no, in this game, it does not look like it. So, but either way, I gotta go back up to the Priory and... let's see here. All those areas. Nah, I'm not going to go explore. Not worth my time. But anyways, yeah, I was having a little bit of problems, so I logged out and logged back into Guild Wars 2. Because I do have a little problem sometimes with the skins in the game. And it's always due to my internet connection. My internet connection is so slow, or does some weird stuff. I don't know what the deal is. Last time the guy came out and goes, oh, your upload speeds are like so much more faster than your download speeds. And it was like considerably faster too. And then it goes away for a couple of months, and then or sometimes a couple of weeks, and then it comes back in force where I have a problem and everything causes problems. And as I say, I think it was like a good 3 months I had no problems with my internet. No problems with Guild Wars crashing on me all the time. And now all of a sudden I have tons of problems. Which, you know, obviously didn't make me a happy camper there. Let's see here. All symbols heal allies. Two-handed weapons would charge faster. Gain might when you land a crit. Ooh, I like that. Does that include myself? I'm wondering. Let's see here. Focused mind. No. Mill. Bonus to precision. Lose condition every... It's not bad, but I think I lose conditions pretty quickly. Fear of heart. I don't know. Boon duration seems important to me. It doesn't matter. I can reset these later. I don't really care that much. Let's see your skills. Okay, I'm saving up for one of these ones, it looks like, is what I'm going to do. So, but anyways, like I said, I have problems with my internet still. And I know I complain a lot about it, and I will continue to complain about it until I probably move out of the dorms here. But like I said, last time he was in, he said like my upload was something like 80, which was ungodly high, and he looked at it, and I could see the look on his face like, there's something wrong here. And he tested it at my modem, he tested it at the wall, he tested it everywhere, and he's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. And then they reset something, and apparently it fixed it, and now it probably needs resetting again, who knows. And every time I complain about it, nothing ever gets done. I'm sick and tired of this. I hate this apartment. I hate this apartment building. I hate the building management. I hate the school for sticking me in here, having such bleh. But anyways, I lost a bunch of recording footage I did earlier, because earlier we went and got the Sanguinary Blade, like I said, and that footage did not record properly, and I don't know what's going on there. So we lost that. But I'm going to just continue with the personal story of the Norn here, of my guardian. We'll do that.
At last, the Sanguinary Blade. I shudder to think of the damage it would have wrought without your aid. You've both done well. Consider yourselves off probation. Further, novice, I hereby promote you to the rank of Explorer, with all the rights and privileges, etc., etc. I'd like you to continue your partnership with Siren. Perhaps you can keep this deciduous do-gooder out of trouble.
Thank you, Stuart Gix.
Sometimes
I'd
the
be happy
words
to
they
collaborate
choose,
with Siren.
deciduous
We work well
do-gooder.
together.
Poor
Sounds
Vix.
almost like an
You're just jealous
insult.
that you're stuck in here being leadery and responsible.
You know,
while
if you
we're
understand
having all the
plant
fun.
language of deciduous
Yes,
trees,
yes.
it's
I'm
kind
sure
of
that's
funny,
exactly
but
what it
it's
Be
also
that as
makes
it
it
may,
sound very derogatory.
I must rely on you two for
But then
another
again, the
project.
Asura are really derogatory.
Your next
to
endeavor is a
everyone,
research
so-
assignment involving one of the lesser races of Tyria. Do try not
Ooh,
to teach
lesser
them bad
races.
habits, Siren. Explorer. Get a briefing from Siren, and choose which species you'd like to study. Now,
I was actually
go.
waiting for this one, because that means I could choose something I haven't
Welcome.
done yet. I did the Hylic. Grawl. Ogres. Grawl or ogres? Grawl. I did the Grawl. We're gonna do ogres. I choose to study the ogres. Oh yeah. Ooh. Toughness and vitality. Vitality and healing power. Ooh. I don't know. Decisions. Vitality and healing power, or toughness and vitality. You wanna know, I'm gonna go with this one. It seems probably gonna be the best one I'm gonna do. And let's equip that now. Let's deposit some of this stuff and get rid of it. Stupid onions. Ooh, I gotta get another salvage kit there. Okay, those are no good. I'm gonna get rid of those. And let's equip that. So let's change my armor. What does my armor look like now? Oh, it's just more like a... Can't tell anything there. It's kind of funny how I have all dark dye on this character. I think I would have something else. But I don't. What does the helmet even look like? The helmet's ugly as hell. Most of the helmets in this game really don't look that good. I never show them. I can actually choose to hide my gloves? Interesting. I didn't notice that. I don't know if it's a Norn thing or what the deal is. But, I want to change my armor color too while I'm at it. Okay, I don't want that there. What does that look like? Okay. I really need some better dyes, though. I don't like that red. I think it's ugly as hell. Yeah, that looks alright. Let's go with that for now. That looks pretty good. I like that color. And I bet you that one's probably that part. Oh. Yep. Okay, I figured as much. Okay, so far so good. And T-Jean's probably going to be the major part right there. Yep. And then we're going to dye that part. Right there. Yeah, that looks fine to me. And where's T-Jeans again? I like blue a lot. Especially teals. Those are like some of my favorite colors. And I should probably, just for the hell of it, dye this too. Ooh, I don't like that. Thought it was going to be brighter up top. Yeah, it's good enough. turn off the helmet. Alright, so we're going to go to the next part. We're going to start the, see about the ogres. That's going to be kind of interesting. I like some of the lore that they shove into the stuff. Learning about the different creatures and things. It's always been interesting. And let's see, where are the ogres at? They're probably... I had to guess. Oh. Yep, over here in Ascalon. That means I have to go to the Black Citadel. I hate traversing the Black Citadel. It's a friggin' maze. Like, literally a maze. I can never figure it out. It's almost as bad as the Grove. I don't like the Grove that much. The Grove is actually not too hard. It's just layers going up. The Black Citadel is the one... I don't know how anyone finds their way in that place. It is so confusing. It's the worst thing in the world to me. It's really, 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 really confusing. And I'm not good with directions regardless, so... But we'll go to the Black Citadel. I mean, it's kind of a cool thing. It's all steampunky almost. At least, you know, that's the way some people describe it. I don't see it so steampunky. Some reason I don't know why, but I am always reminded of Star Wars. The early Star Wars. The first 3 ones that he made, you know, or episodes 4, 5, and 6. For some reason I'm reminded of the Death Star and all the other things that happen. You know, the nitty grittiness of that one compared to the bright, sleek shininess of the newer, early prequels. But it reminds me of that. It doesn't remind me of steampunk so much. It reminds me of that. I don't know why everyone thinks it's so steampunky sometimes. I don't think it is at all. I'll take my wallet. But regardless, that's just neither here nor there. Oh, I got a message. Okay. Just whatever it is. I'm getting really close to level 50. Which will be nice. Which will mean new dungeons. Things like that. But I'm going to make my way over that way. And we'll kill some things, do some things along the way. You know, take care of all sorts of weird stuff. And yes, this area always does. I don't know, maybe it's because I played Guild Wars 1 so much. And I loved... excuse me. I loved pre-searing Ascalon. I thought it was like a beautiful place. It really is. And it's nice to see the new Ascalon starting to... you know, the post-searing Ascalon starting to grow and do things. It's much nicer. Look. Alright, so I had a slight crash as I was traversing, so I lost a few minutes of footage. I was talking about how I liked the old pre-searing Ascalon and everything, and I am happy that this new Ascalon is starting to regrow and become more normal, you know? There's plant life, there's more animal life, there's things growing. And I still like the little hints of things that are still here, like the pre-searing crystal that's still left over, the Great Wall. But I am sad that all the Ascalon stuff has kind of died. You know, from the humans being an Ascalon. I know, according to lore, that the Char were here first, and the humans drove them out, and then they attacked, and they were coming back just to get their land back, but they ended up destroying it in the process, and all that other stuff. And I just never cared for the Char. I think they're
Another
great
place to
antagonists.
roam.
I think they're a unique species. They're great. I think ArenaNet did great coming up with something that wasn't an ogre or a dwarf or an elf. Even though they're similar to that, you know, so to speak. And, you know, I mean, if you think about it, if you compare it to WoW, the Char are the ogre, basically. But they're a lot different. And the way they are, and all the little things that make the Char are cool. They are unique. They are interesting. And I like the Char as characters. I just don't like playing as them. I just cannot associate, you know, I don't have that empathy for them, you know. They say that good storytelling, good things, you can put yourself in the role of the you know, of the main character, or a good, well-written character will be what's the word I want to use? You can relate to them. I cannot relate to the Char.
Fresh horizon.
They're just so... I guess because they're very, very aggressive. And I never really see myself as an aggressive person. I'm a take no shit kind of guy.
Might makes me right.
And I'm very forward about things. But I am not an aggressive person, so to speak.
Getting healthier.
I'm not one to go out picking a fight or things like that. You know, it's just not me. It's not in me to actually cause harm to another human being. I don't like doing it. I feel too much empathy, so to speak, at times. And you would think that would make me like the Char more because I'm being empathetic towards them, and I am. That, you know, I'm like, oh, I feel for their plight. No, actually I don't, because I have always seen them as antagonists, and I've seen them as bad guys. Even though they're not bad guys, they're, you know, it's kind of like Wreck-It Ralph. You're a bad guy, but you're not a bad guy when they say that, you know, which made some sense. I mean, that line completely makes complete and utter sense. But the point is, to me, they're just, I just can't relate to them at all, in any way or form. So I've never really, you know, cared to play as them.
Come on, hit me.
Okay, I know I'm coming up on ogre territory because there's rock dogs here. I'm actually surprised we can't charm rock dogs. Other creatures can't. And ogres can charm griffins. I would love to charm a griffin. I think that would be an awesome creature. Or some of these, the raptors too. They can charm raptors. I'd love to charm a raptor. Like, I see the deer and things. Nobody wants to charm a deer. A deer is retarded. Why would you want to do that unless you want... The only reason deer are good are for venison. That and, you know, honestly, as much as I hate to admit it, getting in the way of cars. I can't tell you how many people I know that have been messed up because of deer accidents. One of my friends in high school, his dad was, oh my lord, he hit a deer, and I cannot believe how much, I mean, the amount of surgery he had to go through because of a deer was ridiculous. I mean, it went right through the car, through the windshield, and just hit him, and thank God he would live, and he's alright today, you know. He's not like permanently disfigured or injured or anything, although I'm sure there's some lasting stuff. But anyways, I'm going off on a tangent here. I just,
Back to work.
I think deer are cool. They're pretty to look at and stuff, but people who are anti-hunting, they need to shut up. Because there are no natural predators of deer, except wolves. And people don't want wolves around, so to speak, because, they affect livestock and all that other stuff, which I have no problem with wolves being there, but deer have no natural predators. You need to have something that's going to hunt them. Fortunately, it's going to be human beings, it sounds like, I've always, growing up in Michigan, there was, first day of deer season was a big deal. There were people that didn't go to school because of it. And, I'm going out hunting with my dad. That's what they did. That's how it worked. And deer hunting is just something you grew up with. Now, I've never hunted in my life. I don't care to hunt. I am not a person who... I don't think I could stomach it, so to speak. But I have no problem with other people doing it at all. In fact, I'm pretty much for it, because if they're going to hunt and reduce the deer population to a manageable size, I'm all for it. I really am. I'm like, okay, good. It's not like people are like, well, if it wasn't the deer, there's all sorts of arguments. Well, if you don't, if we didn't hunt the deer and all of, people will say all sorts of things like, if we had natural predators. There's a lot of little things everyone could say about these types of things. I know, one of the other arguments for hunting deer is, well, if you didn't hunt them, they'd starve because there isn't enough food for all of them, which is pretty much true. There would be more food if we didn't take up as much land, but we're not going to do that. We're human beings, and we pretty much take over everything. It's how we are. As much as I hate to admit it and love to deny it, we do that.
Another land to spread my
We
legend.
do that. We take everything for ourselves, and damned be anything that gets in our way, so to speak. Now, can we do it responsibly? I believe we can, and I think that we should. We have a responsibility to do that. Just because we're the smartest creatures on this planet, and we are the smartest creatures on this planet. I don't care what anyone says about dolphins or monkeys and all these other things. They're not as smart as us, and they never will be. Well, maybe give them a couple million years to evolve, maybe, but overall, they won't be as smart as us. And because of our intelligence, we dominate everything. But anyways, we're on to the next story to learn a little bit more about the ogres.
Come on, the chief has agreed to speak with us.
So let's learn a little bit about ogres.
Hi there, ogre. I'm Siren. We've come to talk to your chief about the swarms of branded beasts around here.
Uldek the Fierce is our chief, but he's still missing. I am Lagula, and I speak for the Crawl until Uldek returns. But I am in no mood to talk to strangers.
What if we find him for you? Would you talk to us then?
Of course. If you find Uldek, the entire Crawl will thank you. He was exploring near the brand when he went missing. A bunch of us went to look for him, but they never came back. Find them too, if you can.
I wish Aldec had listened to me. We've tried taming Branded before, but it always ends in blood.
I look at these creatures and I think of my home in the Grove. What would I be willing to do if something threatened it?
Interesting. They tried to tame Branded, which obviously didn't work. Alright, well, I'm going to call this episode done, because I think it's going to get a little too long. We'll pick up next episode right here. I'll see you guys next time.